Hello everyone, I once again welcome you all to my YouTube channel English by Nisa. So in this video we are going to discuss a poem O Captain My Captain, which is written by Walt Whitman, which you have in your third semester new syllabus. So I have already uploaded one video, means this poem in Hindi language. Now in this video I am going to explain you in English. So before moving further, let us know about the author, means a poet Walt Whitman. So, Walt Whitman was an American poet, essayist, and a journalist. He is considered one of the most influential poets in American history, and he often regarded as the father of free verse. Now, let's see the introduction to this poem, O Captain, My Captain. It was published in New York's Saturday Press in November of 1865. This popular poem, in the form of an elegy, is a kind of public tribute to the dear departed leader of the nation, Abraham Lincoln. It also depicts the tragedy which the poet felt as a personal loss. So, in this poem, the poet mourning the death of the 16th President of the USA, that is Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was assassinated just a few days after the Civil War in America had ended in 1865. This poem is in the collection of Leaves on the Grass, which is written by Walt Whitman. So, in this poem, Whitman compares Lincoln to a ship's captain. The poet uses metaphors like the ship is a nation and the president of the nation, Abraham Lincoln, is the captain. So that's why the poet he is calls out to his captain like, "Oh captain, my captain." Let's know something about the Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was an American lawyer, politician, and statesman who served as the 16th President of United States of America from 1861 till his death, means his assassination in 1865. Why his assassination took place? Because he fought an American civil war against the southern state to give Negro slaves freedom and human dignity. Here, Negro people means the black. Now let's start our poem. Let's read the stanzas and try to understand these lines. So here one confusion arises among the students that what we pronounce, means which pronunciation is correct, poem or poem. Poem is a British pronunciation which we follow in our studies. Poem is a American pronunciation. Both are correct, but as we are following British English, so that's why poem is the correct pronunciation. So now let's start reading this poem. So this poem contains three stanzas. Let's start the first stanza. So the first stanza begin with, "O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack, the prize we sought is won." So here in the first stanza, the poet addresses the captain and he says that their fearful trip has now ended. The ship has finally returned home safe after sailing a dangerous voyage, means after a dangerous journey. So here this journey denotes the end of the civil war. So the war has finally come to an end after enduring several battles, means after fighting several battles, they finally end the war, and which is the cost of the innocent lives. Finally, they won the prize they had been fighting for. So the prize we sought is won, means finally they got their prize for which they had been fighting. That is their victory. The prize is their victory. Finally, they have achieved unity and the trip has ended. So here the meaning whether every rack is nothing but they face all the obstacles and struggle during their journey. Now the next line, the port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting, while follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. So here all the people have been waiting at the shore to welcome the ship and the captain. So here the speaker can hear the bells ringing as they move nearer to the port. So the people all exulting while follows eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring means there are many people on the shore cheering and ringing church bells as they approach. So the people on the shore are rejoicing at the fact that the ship has returned home after winning its prize, that civil war. So their eyes were on the ship. They were eagerly waiting for the ship that was daring and grim, who faced all the obstacles and struggles. The next lines, but oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies fallen cold and dead. Now deck means a floor of a ship. So when the people on the shore are overjoyed and eagerly waiting for the captains to return, because they want to show their respect for him and honor him. But all of a sudden, drops of blood are on the deck of the ship, and the speaker notices that his captain is dead. So his captain is lying dead on the deck with the blood oozing out as soon as he was shot dead. On seeing the sudden death of his idol, the poet becomes sorrowful. His heart is so full of grief as his captain's death is a personal loss for him. So this sentence showing that only, but oh heart, heart, heart means here his heart is full of grief as his captain's death. So he is taking as a personal loss for him. So here metaphorically the poet refers to the death of Abraham Lincoln, as Lincoln has been killed just when the Civil War has ended, when they have achieved their victory. Now let's read the second stanza. O captain, my captain, rise up and hear the bells. So here in the second stanza, the speaker is requesting the dead captain to rise up and hear the ringing bells of victory. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills, for you bouquets and ribbons wreaths, for you the shore are crowding, for you they call, the swaying mass, the eager face is turning. So here the speaker is too stunned to believe the fact that the captain is not going to wake up anymore. He tells the captain to wake up and see the people who have been waiting to see the captain. They are waiting with their bouquets and with flowers to welcome their dear captain. So here he is referring to the Lincoln. So the people were waiting for Lincoln with their bouquets and ribbons on the shore. So, after the Civil War had ended, slavery was completely abolished from the United States, and hence Lincoln had proven himself as a hero before the public. So, they have been waiting to congratulate him on his victory, but little do they know that the dear president is no more. The next lines, here, Captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head. It's some dream that on the deck you have fallen cold and dead. In these lines, the speaker also addresses the captain as father. Before he was saying oh captain, but now he is saying addressing the captain as a father. So here he says that it's all appear as a dream for him, as he doesn't want to believe the reality at all here. So here this arm beneath your head. So here the poet takes the dead captain in his arms and calls the captain father. So in these lines, the poet shows the way in which Lincoln risks his own life in seeing to the welfare of his country and people. So here it is some dream that on the deck you have fallen cold and dead here. So here the poet finds it hard to believe that his captain is dead. The speaker wants to think that the captain is just sleeping and dreaming. But it's all in vain as the poet finds his captain lying cold and dead. He can't accept the reality that the captain died just as they reached home, means after they won the prize, means victory. Now let's read the last stanza. My captain does not answer, his lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm, he has no pulse nor will. So, here in this last stanza, the speaker is still shocked to believe that the captain has actually left for the heavenly abode and not going to come back ever. Here, the poet realizes that his captain does not respond to his cries. The captain does not feel his arm. His lips are pale and still, and the speaker cannot feel his pulse. The next lines, the ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage close and done. From fearful trip, the victor ship comes in with object won. So the meaning of these two lines is the ship has now reached its final destination and has been anchored safe. Its voyage close means its journey has ended. So here the speaker reminds us that the trip was difficult and dangerous, but the mission was a success. The last lines: Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells, but I with mournful tread walk the deck, my captain lies fallen cold and dead. So here exult, O shores, and ring, O bells. Here the speaker is in the harbor. He calls out the shores and the bells to party down to celebrate the homecoming of the ship and the success of the mission. But I with mournful tread. So here, while the crowd celebrates, the poet remains on the ship. Walk the deck, my captain lies fallen cold and dead. So here he walks sadly on the deck where his captain is lying cold and dead. So here the Civil War has ended, but the person who led the United States throughout this war and succeeded is preserving the Union is no more. The poet does not feel the sweet taste of victory since the hero is no more, who is Abraham Lincoln. So, this is all about the poem O Captain, My Captain, written by Walt Whitman. I hope it would be helpful for you. Stay tuned for more videos and thanks for watching.